Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges for watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're doing commentary on the case.
That crap.
Dati Bihianga police service lucky. Oh, for Trump's sake.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
All right, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. We are in Verdict Watch. How do I know we're in Verdict Watch? A little bird told me. Oh, let's see. I can show you how I know. Box 1, yes. Box 2, yes. There we go. That's how I know. We've got a timer. We have a timer. Oh, that's not it. I need the timer back. Where was it? 7? There we go. I'm going to be there. That's all right. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope your lunch was fantastic.
The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
It may be upon us. It's a possibility. Stranger things have happened. The police chase ended.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Ended due to weather, and the police never got involved. Although the box truck did ram another box truck. They had a box truck fight.
Somebody
on the freeway.
just sent me a video of roaches fighting. I don't know who won.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a little bit of business to take care of. Jinx was first in chat, but as is specifically spelled out in the rules of internet ownership,
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
The original winner of the internet can re-gift the internet one time, and once re-gifted, it cannot be re-gifted again that day. And Jinx has re-gifted the internet to OG Sean White, which makes it for the record purposes as if OG Sean White won the internet hands down originally, fair and square. And because of that, Sean, the internet is all yours. OG Sean White is now the internet owner, thanks to Jinx's generosity. So congratulations, Sean.
When
I don't
are we
think
break for lunch, Judge?
I'm not sure if you've won the internet before. You say gladly. I wasn't consulting you. This isn't. It's a gift. You were given something. You open it. You're like, oh, what's this? It's the internet. It's yours. You don't get to say, oh, I don't want that, and give it back. I'm not consulting you. I'm not asking your permission to receive this, Sean. This is a sentence. This is a punishment. You don't ask the judge doesn't ask the defendant. Well, are you okay with getting a sentence on this one? No, I'm going to sentence you to internet ownership. That's how it works. Sean, congratulations. You are the internet owner for today. Hopefully you can keep everything running for the rest of us, and make sure you head over to the merchandise, the shopping page, the tab on the YouTube channel, and pay your fine of 50 cents. First of all, those fines do accrue. Pay your fine of 50 cents, and as a receipt, we'll give you a copy of the internet ownership certificate, which you can then fill out your name on to preserve for the record and for your resume, or just for framing on the wall. It is suitable for that. Congratulations, Sean. Big win today. All right, as we are waiting for action in the courtroom, I'm telling you, we're going to be monitoring very closely the interwebs, specifically the Twitter, Elon Musk's Twitter feed. No, he doesn't like us to call it Twitter. He wants us to say X. We're going to read the X's.
Because he's the guy.
I don't know how that works. We're going to try to read the X's and follow the latest happenings on X. But let's see. We have a couple things first. Let's see. Kara Newell, 6 months, half a year. Ironically, I'm 6 months sober too. Hey, that is wonderful, Kayla. I said Kara, I apologize. Kayla Newell, congratulations on 6 months of sobriety and 6 months of membership. Coincidence? I think not. I think not. I'm glad we can be there for that, Kayla. Thanks for sharing that with us as well. Wonderful. Happy Festivus. Creative Bee Debbie says, 1 year, how time flies. So glad to be part of this community. Thank you, RA, mods, and chat for filling my days with joy, even in a murder trial.
I'm not a cat.
Debbie, that is awesome. I still need to get with you. I need to see if we can. I can order something from you for Danny of the same make that you sort of gave me, but commemorating her 10K. I'll get with you on that if I remember. You might have to text me. All right, let's see. We have the timer going. I need a. You know what I need? I need like a. Do I have a little saying that says verdict timer? What does this one say? Let's do a quick check. What words am I randomly going to throw on the air here? That's the Alec Baldwin counter. That's not it. This goes in the wrong place. That's the sorry, not sorry. I can probably get rid of this one. And the Alec Baldwin counter. Let's take this one off air. Let's see, what else can I do? Don't I have something that says verdict? Squeak Abbott. That's no good. All right. Is there a verdict? Not that we know of yet. Not that we know of yet. There's been no rumblings at all. We are in verdict watch officially. You would know if there was a verdict because I will play the music, which you will recognize immediately as a verdict when it happens. We'll try to make sure we don't have any false alarms on that front.
I'm not a camel.
Okay, I'm not a camel either. Fun little comment. Ian Runkle was posting on Twitter, and he was posting about the shade that the prosecution sent Alec Baldwin's way when they're saying, I guess if you want to refer to him as an A-list actor, if he even is that, something
Somebody
to
just sent
that
me
effect.
a video of roaches fighting. I don't know who won.
Fun fact: she cannot be sued for anything she says in court. She can't be sued. She has like free reign to throw shade at people and can't be sued. So that was funny. Did Brandy help you with your timer? No, Ashley. I figured this one out all by myself with Google. Google helped me. I just Googled stopwatch, online stopwatch, and this one came up. It's actually made by Google. New timer. I like it. I like it because it has hours, minutes, and seconds. It actually has a little bit more than that if you wanted to look. We've got the hundreds of seconds available.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
I will. I'll make some slight adjustments to the. Let's see, mask. Let's see. We need the top needs to be down a little bit, maybe. Why is that not working?
I'm not a cat.
Okay, let's try that.
Bring the jury.
Oh, it's because I'm doing the wrong thing. That's not what I need to do. I need super source. I thought I was doing a downstream keyer, and that's definitely not it. All right, box size. We'll do this one. It's going to be box 1. It's going to be reduced. Nope. Box crop. Let's take the top down. One more. There we go. And how do I undo the crop? I like that. Okay. Nope, too far. There we go. And this way.
Somebody just sent me a video of roaches fighting. I don't know who won.
I think that's enough space. We'll leave that. When it rolls over to 2, we'll see if we can. Oh, that should be good right there. We'll leave it right there. All right, so the timer's running.
Send someone with more experience.
Want to hear Mrs. RA's thoughts? I'm not sure if she's ready to share her thoughts on this one yet. Have we made changes to the thumbnail today? We did. I will show those to you now. Let's see if I can bring those in the background so you still have the timer.
Don't miss the forest for the trees.
Let's bring it in right here. There we go. The timer's still visible. Here's what we have. Oh, no. We have the wrong one. Wait. I have one job on this ship, and I did it wrong. I'm going to upload the newest one. Rust Movie Iteration 23. There we go. Okay.
Alex stole it as well.
Nope, it's got to be newer than 23. Did I not download it? Okay. Share. Download. Compress. All right. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Hang on, guys. Patience. We need somebody with more experience in here. That's what would help. It's not downloaded yet. There's 24. Boom. Okay. Iteration 24. 24 of these we've gone through. And now it's up. Okay, so here's what we've added. I'm going to have to take off the downstream keyer just briefly. Let's see. We wanted a bobblehead. You wanted a bobblehead, but bobbleheads are few and far between on clip art. So instead, I added a hula dancing girl in front of the church, because that's basically the same. That's a nod. You get it? That's a nod to the nodding guy, to Camo, Mr. Camo Man. It was just, he couldn't sit still, and he was nodding throughout all of it.
Because he's the guy.
What are the question marks? What's the chain? I'm going to need somebody to call in. I think let's do this. Because we're in jury watch, in verdict watch, and we've got some time. Let's have someone who thinks they can name every item on here and say what it is. Let's see if we can have somebody. I don't have any prizes for you other than just I'll probably push the applause button if that counts. But if that is enough for you, we'll go ahead and open the burner phone. Try to, if you're trying to call in, make sure you're all the way live, like as current as you can be on the live stream. And then, oh geez, John White, you wasted no time. The ink had not even dried on that certificate. But make sure you're all the way current. So, and then if somebody's on the phone currently, realize there's about a 5 to 10 second delay between when I say it and when you hear it. So try to call in again when the phone is free instead of when somebody is actively in the middle of guessing. That would make it a little bit easier for everybody. What is the gorilla for? We can't see the signposts for the question marks. I'm not sure if I remember everything anymore. Run, horse, run. KY says, I can do it. I can do it. Well, the burner phone is open. Let's put your money where your mouth is, as they say. And let's see if we can get somebody to do this and explain exactly what we're watching. I'm keeping track of what's happening in court. We have the audio on from court as well. So if anything were to happen, you would hear it immediately. We had a verdict poll already. We did do that at the end of the last stream. Karen, you might have to go back and watch that one. You have to watch the whole stream, though. You can't just watch the end. It's one of the rules. Jasmine, make sure there's no echo on your side when you call. Turn down TV volume. Put the signpost over in the setting sun behind the camera. I sort of liked it over by the trail. Maybe I can shrink down the question marks. This is basically our last chance to put anything on the signpost because we're ready to pretty much put something on this because we're pretty much ready to send it to production and release this to the wild. And I found there's a way in Canva I can actually share a link directly to it. So if somebody wanted to do something directly with the thumbnail in high quality, I think it's a view-only link. Fingers crossed. I don't want you guys messing it up. But I might be able to share that. Put the question marks over the dummy. Then I'd have to move the pocket. Okay, we have our first contestant.
Call from Nosy Rosie.
Hello, Nosy Rosie. How are you doing?
I think I can do this.
You think you can?
I think I can do.
I'm going to be up here in the corner where it doesn't matter. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so where are you going to start? And if everyone can...
Well, I'm going to try to start at the beginning. And so, as we know, it's all over the place.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
I'll turn that down. Sorry, Nosy Rosie.
It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. So we started with a makeshift church, and the case had a lot to do with the broken hammer. And we know that a lot of the dummies or the ammo had something to do with this Spanish flag up top. And then over the course of time, we would also hear about the dummies that are over here in the little cart. And in New Mexico, they brought a lot of the spice. So that's the little green hatch chili.
Okay.
We also heard about some dead guy on a horse.
How precise are we going to make her be, chat? Do we
Oh,
play?
my
Do we play the?
Am I done already, then?
It was a good effort. It was a good effort, Nosy Rosie.
Right.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right,
for calling.
I'm out.
We'll have to take another
Bye.
guess. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right. Bye.
That was a good try. That was a good try. We're waiting. We're on verdict watch. Let me see if I can move the. Let's see. Let's go back here. I want to move the timer up to the top. Can I do that temporarily? You say yes. Box position. I have to get rid of the bottom as well. I'm going to move it right up here because we're in. Click, 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 click. Is that too far? Right there. Okay, we have another caller, another contestant.
Call from Lizzie Dog.
Hello, Lizzie Dog. How are you doing?
I'm good. I got lots of cold medicine, so
So you're ready to guess the
thumbnail
contest?
should be no problem.
This could be good. Nosy Rosie did a great job. I was just looking for a little more precision.
Yeah. No. So there's a few I don't quite know towards the end.
Oh, you're admitting defeat right now? First, give it your best shot. Let's see how well you can do.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, I'm going to be all over. I'm just going to start. Let's see. I'll start at the left, I guess. So the pockets are the Butte pockets are because of she hid bullets, ammo, dummies in her pockets. Mm-hmm. And then the cart was the ammo cart or the the gun cart, the armorer's cart. And that's why the armor man is on there, because it is the armor cart. And then the dummies are on there. And then the ammunition box or the magazine, you can call it either one. Silver, that's what the AG stands for, because it's silver or chrome, or the primers are the live rounds. Okay, I think.
Okay.
And then the spice or the pepper, chili is because it got spicy in the courtroom, and it's big because it got really big spicy in the courtroom. The camera is obviously, it was a movie set.
Right.
I can't remember why it was on a log though. I don't remember why it was on a log. The snake is. That's all I get. Okay, well I'll just say I'll say this: the Spanish flag was because the defense attorney mentioned that the some of the rounds in Spain do not rattle. Dummy rounds do not rattle or have a hole in them or anything like that. So you don't know if they're dummies or live or whatever. So
good.
I'll just go with that.
That was great. That was, you did a great job, Lizzie Dog. I will say there was an item on the cart that you sort of skipped over, and I haven't told you about it, but it is there. It's in front of the armor, next to the silver. It has the initials JS on it, and it's a U.S. Army ammo box.
John Swanson or
Joe.
Or Jay Swanson or John Swanson? Joe Swanson.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Homeschool Ground Zero is giving out participation trophies to everyone who makes an attempt and fails. So it looks like you get one as well. Good job.
Yay.
Thank you, Lizzie Dog. We'll see if somebody really wants to take everything you've presented and run with it, see if they can get the whole thing. So.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
All right, bye.
I'm being brutal, and my wife is being really nice. She's probably going to call me out on this one. But let's see if somebody can do a better job on the, not better. I mean, that was good. Both of you did a great job. But Lizzie Dog, great try. Nosy Rosie as well, both of you. So I would suggest, if you don't want to hear the wah 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 sound, name everything you know first, and then go for the ones you don't know. So let's see. Let's let a few other people call before we do a repeat attempt. See if there's anybody else that's trying to. Can you complete the test? Call in and have it a go. Is Mrs. RA going to give out a prize? Are we going to ship like a loaf of bread to the winner? Mrs. RA, is that I'm not sure if that's legal. Can you mail food to people? I'm showing no mercy. Who says that? I was D Nick. I'm showing no mercy today. Let's see, how many items are there? Oh, that's a great question. Let me do a rough count by what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. I think we have 47, roughly, which is like just over 10% of what the Alec Baldwin counter was in the trial. This is a hard test, and you have to get 100. This isn't like your driving test where like 80%. It's like, well, odds are you won't crash. This is like we're looking for the valedictorian of the Rust trial class, and the phone is silent. The phone is silent. Maybe I'm being a little too hard. Oh, let's see if somebody can give it a go. Let's see.
Call from Nanny B.
Is it Nanny B?
Yep, it is.
Nanny, are you ready to give this a go? Did you have your notes?
I'm going to give it my shot.
Excellent, wonderful. And please, if you hear some random trombone noise in the background, don't feel in any way that applies to you personally as a person, or that's how I feel about you anyway. Please don't be offended. This is all just.
I'll be mortally offended.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going to go from the church. So the Spanish is for the Spanish replica bullets and guns and all of that. Mm-hmm. The broken hammer is for the rawhide hammer that was beating the gun.
Good start.
The church is the church, of course, is the church from the shooting, or I'm sorry, the pew. Mm-hmm. The rooster is for cocking the gun. 460 is for Alec Baldwin or Alec or whatever, and it's pixelated. Mm-hmm. And it's a makeshift church, by the way.
It is.
You've got the Red Bull, and for Red Bull that they found the snow bag for the snow, the log, because they were keeping a log of everything, the camera for the movie camera, the rattlesnake for the rattles. You've got the prop parts, the AG for the silver. You've got the armorer and the case of bullets, or the ammo, and the dummy in the pocket, because she kept all of her stuff in her pocket. And the green hatch chili. Sorry, I almost said red. You almost.
It was close. I was reaching for the button, but you corrected it.
Okay. So I'm going to keep out the ones that I don't remember.
Yes. So let's jump to the other side of the screen. Go for it.
Alec playing dead is on the horse with the skeletons. You've got the gorilla and the cat because of the PPGG.
Yes.
And Walmart. The coffee because she allowed coffee. You've got the outhouse because, Hannah had to pee a lot. Yes. We have a taxer. Of course, it's at the Bonanza Ranch, and the tumbleweed to go with the Bonanza Ranch, and the crime scene tape. You have the owl because the policeman was turning his head all the time, and the glasses on the owl because, she excessively took her glasses off. The helicopter for the Metacopter thing. You have the ranch dressing to go with the Bonanza Ranch. You have the 1812 Overture cannon. The Walter White hat. And you've got her little fanny pack.
Yes.
And then I kind of stopped.
Chain?
Pardon me?
Do you know, what about the chain?
Oh, you have the chain of evidence, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how...
The question mark came up yesterday, and I just can't remember the question marks. I mean, it was in my head.
Let's see. How about the little steaming pile of...
Well, yeah, you have the steaming pile of shit.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. How about our dancer, our hula dancer girl?
See, I can't. The only thing is he kept shaking his head. Yes. So right. He was in my like a bobblehead, but I don't know.
Yes, that was it. It was the same one. The bobblehead. I couldn't find a bobblehead picture, so that was right. What's the helicopter pulling?
The George that I didn't quite get where that came from. I missed that reference, and I don't remember the pickle, except for your cat or you or Spacey Michael, bacon, whatever they are, pickles that you eat.
So close. So close. Yes, you got everything except. Actually, I think you missed the stick that the cat's holding and the significance of that. And I think
the pixelated. I forgot pixelated too.
And the definition or what the pixelated was for. Yeah, that was fantastic. I'd put you at a 92% by my calculations.
Wow.
That's an A.
Wow, I'm hot on the curve.
Yeah, you're throwing it off for everybody else. That is a great guess. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll see if we can get one more person to give it a go and see if they can get the chick and everything else. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
You guys are brave. I don't think if somebody did this to me, I don't think I would be willing to call in to try it live and risk the trombone. Let's see. I know Red Pen was going to call in, but...
Call from Meanie Banana.
Oh, here we go. Meanie Banana. How are you doing?
Yep. I'm doing good.
Are you feeling better than, say, 92%?
I don't know. I was going to give it a try, though.
Let's do it.
Okay. So Pickles is Miss Pickles.
Yes, it is.
And she's wearing her bum bag where they tend to want to carry all their ammunition. And there's ranch dressing because it's on Bonanza Ranch. The witness population is 199 because they had a witness leave. 1812 is for the 1812 overture. There's a steaming pile of crap because this basically the whole case.
We could have just had that on the thumbnail. Is that what you're saying? It was referring to a specific part, though. Do you remember what it was?
That guy's inventory room. Or is that wrong?
Oh, you're so close. It's the right guy, but the wrong part of the testimony. I could tell you, but to do it, I have to play this. It was referring to what he said after he talked to Sam about rounds and where they came from, and he hung up from the phone call and said something 3 times.
Oh, crap! Yeah, crap.
That was it.
Tell me with the S word.
Yeah. We're gonna let somebody else give it a try because officially that was a miss. I'm sorry. It was a valiant effort, though.
That was a
good
miss.
Job. Thank you so much.
All right.
We'll see you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I just missed the caller who's just calling in. Give it one more try. Let's see. The 316 area code. I just barely missed you. And my math was off. Let's see. Who was it that got that? Was that Nanny P? Nanny B? 96% instead of 92.
Call from I Talk About Bruno.
I Talk About Bruno. Good to talk to you again. Do you want to talk about what is on our thumbnail today?
I do. I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay. Let's.
I'm going to give it a whirl.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to start top right. The dollar bill is for George, my favorite bailiff.
Yes.
Handling all the business. The light flight helicopter is because it was there on set for a long time and Helena went through it. The owl is to represent the police officer with the body cam that miraculously spun 360 around wearing the prosecutor's glasses, which, by the way, she barely wears on her face. They're mostly on her head or twirling around. Yes. I just want to say.
Yes.
Witness population 200, 199 because apparently someone left. Pickle is lovely Ms. Pickles. She is wearing the Heisenberg hat due to the Dolly Grip, who testified. Also the fanny pack because that's where bullets were kept. Bonanza is clearly it's a crime scene. Bonanza with the bottle of ranch dressing is where it was shot. 1812 cannon is for my favorite guy yesterday, who pointed pew pew, a Demex pew pew, but still right at the judge.
Yep.
The poop is what Seth Penny kept saying on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
The chain is for the chain of command. Tumbleweed is because the tumbleweed, it's in New Mexico, and it.
Hang on.
Custody.
Okay. I thought I heard you wrong. But
or command. It could be both.
Okay. Well, I'll let that one slide.
It could be both in this case, to be fair. Because chain of command could go towards, the OSHA testimony. Tumbleweed, New Mexico, windy, blowy desert.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap, 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 because that's what this set was. Yeah. The gorilla and the kitty go together because that's what Hannah named her phone. I'm going to leave it at that.
Thank you.
Rust Mart is because Walmart was mentioned, but you can't do that because you get sued.
Yes.
Kitty is holding the pointer, which was the pew-pews in the gunshot, like the B-roll that we saw where the stuntman and everybody was just flagging everybody. The question marks are for the witness. Forgive me, I can't remember his name. I might get the trombone, but he couldn't remember anything. Behind him is all the signs that don't have anything, but that's because the set was crazy. There's a long, long trail, and that trail is the long walk the jurors have to take, which I am sure why we're late every day of this trial. Mm-hmm. Leads to the potty, the outhouse, which is where Hannah liked to spend a lot of time. Beyond that is the tax shelter. Got the coffee cup down up front because the judge a few days ago finally, or I think it was end of last week, was like, y'all can have coffee because apparently it's very, very cold in there.
Yeah.
And we've got Alec Baldwin, the skeleton, because the one witness said, oh, well, he wasn't running the show because he was playing dead on a horse.
This is incredible.
Red Bull mentioned twice, so we have the bull. Hula dancer is the nodding, tooth-picking, beard-scratching guy, camo guy. Bag of emotional support crystals is hidden behind the log because apparently they kept a log of everything. Cameras are because of the B-roll. Rattlesnake because you should rattle dummies. Green Hatch chili pepper because they're delicious and New Mexico's famous for them, and the trial has been spicy. The cart represents the prop cart. AG is to represent the silver primer, which may or may not be live. No one knows. Armor is because it's the armor cart. Got ammo boxes. You also have another one with JS for Mr. Swanson. You've got a dummy. Got a pocket because that's where Hannah kept all of her stuff. Got the makeshift church. The Pickles are thanks to that wonderful enhancement artist that prosecution ended their case on. 460 because that was our Alec Baldwin count. The rooster is for cocking a hammer. The hammer was broken, but that was because the FBI. Spanish flag is because of the Spanish dummies that apparently don't rattle. Did I get it?
Chat, everybody, what do you think? I say yes. I say you got it. That is. I don't remember what you said for the signpost. And honestly, I don't remember what the signposts are for. So either way,
the signpost behind the kitty that's hidden behind the question marks. I thought it was because everyone was running this way and that way.
I'm going to give that to you. I don't remember what the signpost was for.
So yeah, we've kind of hidden it.
But yeah, that was
people got upset. They're like, "Why isn't this signpost there?" Well, to be fair, a lot of your previous callers, I was like, "Oh, that's right. That's what that one was."
Mathis, our resident genius, is correcting us, saying the signposts indicate the defense is pointed at everyone except Hannah. But I'm going to give it to you anyway because I don't think anyone can do better.
Okay, because I don't even know where Hannah is.
She's in the outhouse.
She's probably in the potty.
Yep.
Well, thank you, and I'm sorry if I got it wrong, Mathis.
That was
That's
amazing.
it. I wanted to take my victory win, and I will leave it at that.
Okay, give me your name one more time. Who is this?
I talk about Bruno.
I talk about Bruno. Okay, so I talk about Bruno. Can you text me on the burner phone?
I sure will.
And just say your username. That would be great. All right, thank you. That was amazing.
I will.
That was incredible. Thank you so much.
Well, it was a group chat effort because some of them I was like, oh, that's what it was for. But most of them,
hang on, you were cheating?
I've been watching that.
You were cheating? I was looking at the
thumbnail. No, I was listening. I was listening, and you said, wait until you hear the wah, and then see if you want to call in. And I was like, ooh, I think I might be able to.
I tell you, this
it's like Wordle. It's not cheating. You get 6 tries.
Yeah, wow. This is, let's see if I can show this. Preview, that's it. This is what I could see on my screen. That's all I could see over there. So I couldn't see chat or anything while it happened. So I'm going to take your word for it that you were honest and everything.
Oh,
so.
I was listening to the callers and looking at the thumbnail. I was like, oh, that's right. It was a group effort.
Awesome. Thank you
so Super much. Awesome thumbnail.
All right. Thank you, Bruno.
Happy to be here on Verdict Watch. I'll text you.
All right. Appreciate it. We'll see you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
That is better than I could ever do. That was amazing. Great work. Okay, where are we at? Well, I'll show you where we're at. We're going to go back to court. Nothing's happening. Nope, that's not court. This is court. So nothing is currently happening. I think we're done with the thumbnail. I have to put this up on the screen. Lizzie. Well, it helps if I do it on this. No, not really. Lizzie says, Lizzie Primate Meow Meow says, this is so much fun. Love this channel. Hugs, love, and good vibes to you all. I wish that this would show up better without me having to use my arm as a backdrop. But that's how I found the workaround for that. One day they're going to fix it for me. I've complained many times, but until they open up the code or fix it, I'm not able to do that. Lizzie, thank you for the hugely generous super chat. I love that as well. Okay. We are in verdict watch for the Hannah Gutierrez trial, for the Russ trial. It's after 10 days, or 10 and a half roughly, 10 and a half days of testimony in that trial. The jury now has this in the deliberation room, and they're deliberating 2 charges. The 2 charges are negligent manslaughter related to the death of Helena Hutchins. No charge for Joel, by the way. Does Joel feel slighted in any way? Should Joel feel slighted that there's no charge? I mean, he took a bullet. It went through his shoulder. I mean, they removed it from his back. Okay, so technically it went all the way through him because it went in the front and they took it out the back. But no charges for Joel. So interesting there. Also, there's another charge that she's facing relating to her supposedly gifting or handing off a little baggie of emotional support crystals to the set mom. And yeah, it's interesting. Hang on here. Let's see who's calling. Call failed. I need to make a call. Somebody called me about the gig this weekend, and I have to call them back in just a second. So I'm going to have to probably set some music up. So let's do this. Box source 2 will be 2. We'll cut to that. Our timer's still going. Is the timer okay in the top corner, or do you want me to move it back down where it belongs? Box position. I wish I could just hold down the button and it would move, but I have to click each time. Boom. Okay, there's our timer in the bottom corner. Don't leave us unattended. I'll be right here. I'm just going to have the microphone in front of my face so none of y'all can read my lips. But can we buy the thumbnail for a t-shirt? Big Sky DMC, I would like to do one better. I'd like to give away the thumbnail, but we will have options to sell it. So if you want it already produced on a sticker or either a sticker or a shirt or something like that, I can do that. But I don't want you to have to purchase it if for some reason you have a color printer or you have your own dye, ink, whatever it is for making clothing and you want to do something with that. I'd like to give that away. This is a group creation. We will have a couple small items that are going to be up for sale, hopefully tomorrow, if I can make it happen. But we'll have those available, and then we're going to link. Let's see if I can do the link right now. Hey.
I think we should put the thing up once I wrong answers only. What do these things mean?
Mrs. Ari says, we need to do that game one more time, but wrong answers only. Well, we're on the phone call. Oh, just in chat. Wrong answers only. That's funny. That could go for days. Bex Harding says, Gail Pet, thank you. Been sub for 2 days now. So glad I found the channel. Bex, thank you. Glad you found it as well. This is a fun little group. I'm glad you're here with us. Vern, I think we're going to make both stickers and magnets available, and then we might do just a very simple shirt. I honestly, I wouldn't wear the shirt. That's my personal. Some of you might look at that and say, "This I would wear that in a heartbeat," and this is totally me. I I don't think I could pull it off is how I do this, but we might make it available. You don't have to purchase one. And if you're not going to wear it, don't purchase it. But we will. Oh, Bree was trying to call. Bree. Let's see. I missed Bree. We'll have to try to connect again. I apologize. The phone got a little busy there for a minute. Initially, it was slow. Let me do a quick check and see if I can share this right now with you. I just want to make sure I only share like a public view link. Public view link. Copy. I think we have Bree right here. In theory, if the phone picks
Call
up.
from Bree.
Hello, Bree. How are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm good. I was trying to call and answer because I had them all. You know this, right?
Oh, I'm sure you did. You had it. You had the
And I've been- I was in
chronological,
court.
alphabetical.
I did. The only one that threw me for a minute until I thought about it long enough was the tumbleweed because, no offense, with Canva, it looks like a bird's nest, but I'll just leave that at that. And I was like, why is there a bird's nest? And I'm like, oh, that's tumbleweed. Just kidding. But
Okay, I'm going to post a link.
But Mr. George,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Mr. George is the best. Mr. George is the best. So my meeting went south and it went north, so I didn't get down there yet, but I'm waiting around because I'm heading down to like the downtown area of Santa Fe, so where the courthouse is. So like the restaurant, there's a parking lot across the street that I parked in and I'd walk over. So I'm going to go there and grab some lunch because I just got back into Santa Fe from work. So I'm going to go grab lunch. And then, so if in the event that they get a verdict, I'm running over there.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. I just put a link in for the Canva thumbnail. Let me know if this works for those that are going to try this. But this, if you don't want to purchase a magnet or a sticker, I don't want you to have to make your own because making one is expensive. But if I can make more of them, it should be a little cheaper. So I do want to make it available still for purchase. But if you want to download this and do something of your own with it, that's okay. That's awesome. I'd rather you don't go out and then try to sell them on the side. That would be rude, quite honestly. But if you want to use it for personal use, consider it fully authorized to do that. All these images are either sourced by you yourselves. Well, we have a couple that were created by AI with permission to use here, so we can go ahead and pass that permission on to you. Or they were from Canva in clip art that I paid and have licensed to use as well. So Red Pen says, yes, it worked for you. It's working. That will get you a higher quality image. This is a higher quality image than if I were to like upload a picture to a magnet and you were to like freeze, screenshot it. Maybe a mouse
I think
pad?
I have a question. Would it be inappropriate for a mouse pad for my new hires at the call center?
I think it's great. The mouse pads are shaped. If you see this, the mouse pads are shaped like this, so they're more like an old. I'd say it's a 4x3,
right?
Aspect ratio. I'm not sure if I can get the wider 9x16. So
Yeah. So I'll leave the phone lines open for everybody, but because Mrs. R.A. said we need wrong answers only, I'm going to give you one really funny one since I didn't get a call in.
Okay.
I think you're going to take the Red Bull and you're going to combine it with the bag of snow since Red Bull does their X Games. Mm-hmm. And that bag of snow is really because of her snow, to hold her snow boots and skis because she was really just coming here to go to the ski slopes.
Snow bunny. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was definitely wrong. So that qualifies in the wrong answers only.
but here's the funny thing. I mean, you may not know, but the funny thing from working in bar industry, the pun about is going to the slopes is also the bag of snow. So see, there you go. So it's the wrong answer, but right answer all at the same time.
Hitting the slopes, yeah. Oh.
Right.
That's
exactly. But see, they were for her ski boots.
Sometimes when you're skiing, you get snow all up in your nose. That's what I hear. So
that's what happens when you fall down and you tumble.
Yep. And she did, for sure. There's the tumbleweed. Bree, great wrong answer. I appreciate that. All right, good luck.
Guys.
Good luck getting there for verdict.
I will let you know.
If you hear something and are able to give me a call, let me know. Okay, thank you.
Will do. Bye.
All right, so let's see. Hannah has left the courthouse. We're hearing that. I think Emily D. Baker was hearing that. There are a couple people on the ground that are sending out some tweets and updates on that. So that's cool. Let's see. Rust. Okay, where's the rest? Oh, we've got another call coming in.
Call from Dana.
Hello, Dana. This is RA. How are you doing?
Hey, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So glad that I called after I talked about Bruno, figured out that puzzle, because if I would have called before I realized that that's what you're doing, I probably would have said hi and then hung up.
So
because I would have been so
you don't want to just give it a go right here off the hip, see if you can.
Negative.
No. Okay. Well.
Negative.
We'll
I wrote in chat. I barely get my kids' names. Half the time I call them 4 different names before I get the right one. Much less am I gonna
That's just parenting.
figure that out. So
that's not just you.
Super
That's all
impressive.
of us.
Well, I tried to call earlier today, but I enjoy. I am always so interested in. I love your chat because I think it's amazing just to see so many different opinions when we're all watching the same thing. And of course, I know people take their own experience and bring it into it. And I think my whole position on this, not that anyone asked or really cares,
but we do,
is that at the end of the day, I feel like when you take a position, and I have a daughter who's a junior in college, and she plays basketball down in Florida, and I've taught her, and I would, that, if you take a job, you understand the requirements of that job, and she, even more so than someone, let's say like Sarah Zachary, who was obviously not very knowledgeable about weapons, still obviously shouldn't have even, I feel like if you don't have, if you're uncomfortable, and even when she said in her interviews and things like that she didn't feel super comfortable with the weapons, I feel like that, it is on you, regardless of your age, to say, hey, I'm not super comfortable with this. I need more training or whatever. I know that's probably intimidating. I know people think about their careers, but I do think that we need to come together and in general, I feel like in this country, there's such a lack of real accountability. Yes. And I just think that ultimately Hannah understood that job and definitely understood. She grew up on sets. That's been, and I know that maybe wasn't in court. So, but just in speaking with us, she grew up on sets with her dad, her stepfather. She definitely understood what that job was. And I don't know how anybody can, and 100%, I think there's lack of it's production down. I think they tried to cut corners. But in the same sense, to look, Hannah was just having a good time. She's young. That is just not, I think that just is not the job at that, where she was in life to be handling that, in my opinion. I don't know how anybody can say if she would have had more time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's almost like she had the job like she was a tourist, okay, and just along for the ride, and quick, maybe I can get a selfie with Mr. Baldwin or Jansen,
right?
Depending as the case may be.
And I think that people have to remember, it's so, when Helena Hutchins, her Facebook is still up, and she was, and it doesn't even matter if it's this case. It would just be anybody. A life is a life. But she was, her young son, she was so full of life. And so it's so hard to just take that out of it and just go oh, well, they didn't give her time. I don't think it would have mattered if they had given Hannah, I don't think it would have mattered how much time or how much, I don't think any of that would have mattered. I just think that Hannah was just sort of lax in her job. Maybe some of that comes from the fact that a lot of her backing on jobs like that came from, and I don't mean to say riding on the coattails, but sometimes that happens, nepotism in Hollywood. And
oh yeah,
they don't
she wouldn't have had that job if it weren't for her dad. That's the point.
Yeah,
her dad got her that job just either through his name.
100%. And people, letting her, giving her that job was because I would think they assumed that oh, it's her dad's Sal Reed, she's probably got all this training. And so I just think that there does need to be at some point, I think more than one thing can be true. I think there is definitely accountability from the top, down, but I think it stops, the chain stop at Hannah Reed. Ultimately, she is the last person who should have touched that gun before it went into the hands of any actor on that set. Period, the end. I just don't know how that's debatable. I don't even think it matters. It would be interesting to know how ammo got on set, but I don't even know why any of that matters. If a rogue person there was just like, oh, I'm going to come bring live bullets on set, guess what? It's a non-issue it would be a non-issue because none of those would have gotten to guns, because all of the guns ultimately should be under the armorers. They're the last person to touch it before it goes into the hands. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I agree, especially on the whole society as general. We're always looking to pass the buck to somebody else and not to take responsibility for ourselves. I mean, if we get in a car crash, the first thing we do is maybe I can sue because I had the brakes replaced a little while and they must have messed something up.
Yeah.
It's like, no, really, I just drove into the back end of the car ahead of me.
And I feel like it's like, not that, I'm sure our parents thought the same thing about my generation and so on, but I do feel like that issue is like, that's why I was laughing. I wrote like, RA is showing no mercy with that thing. But I'm like, hey, sometimes participation trophies are bad. Like they're sometimes bad. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, you did a great job. You can do this. Like you met the mark or you didn't. And if you didn't, like you can't. And it's okay to go like, hey, you know, you're not good at this, or you are, like passing on to everybody like, oh, I was young. Oh, I didn't have enough time. Oh, this person. It's like, no, ultimately then don't take those positions. The same thing like I tell my dog. Don't step into something if you're not qualified, especially that.
I wonder a little bit, and I'm not trying to make this political in any way, but I wonder if the culture of Hollywood sort of allowed this situation to fester, because
probably
typically the culture of Hollywood and the firearm knowledgeable community are a little different. I mean, politically, you generally see them leaning on opposite sides of the spectrum. And so you have people in charge of making movies about guns who don't know anything about guns for the most part. There are obviously exceptions. But on the other side, you've got people who know something about guns, and they might look to somebody who makes a movie like they are, John Wayne, and it's like, well, clearly this person knows all the parts of the gun. This is somebody who's talented. So I wonder if maybe the movie industry in general needs to take a little more responsibility going forward in saying, hey, if we want to have this as part of what we do, okay, and we want to have movies and stuff that portray this type of stuff, we need to make sure that we're up on the game, that we know what's going on. We can't just pass the buck. For an example, and this is a little tiny example, but it's one that rings true for me. It bugs me to no end when I watch a video that has, like the good guy is like, oh, I need to pick this lock, and he takes a little paper clip and he jams it in there and he opens the lock. It's like, that's not how it works. I know because I pick locks. It's a hobby.
You're very particular about that because you know exactly what. Yeah.
It's like, it needs to look right, and Hollywood in a large part has passed that off to the armorer, saying, okay, make it look like a gun, but we have no clue how they work, and we don't know what to call them. You see this in court with lawyers as well. It's not just Hollywood. They have no idea how a bullet works or which end flies out of the gun or if the whole thing goes down the barrel. There's just no clue, and I think there's some responsibility there that moving forward they need to take a little bit more. But
I agree. I would never, this young girl, like the last thing I would want to see is like, and obviously I don't even know that she can. I would think the sentence for this is, even if she were convicted of the highest offense, I would guess, I don't even know, so I don't want to speak and sound ignorant, but I would guess it would be like a year, maybe, if that.
18 months is the maximum.
Wouldn't get that. It'd be probation, right?
The law allows.
It'd be probation, probably, right?
I agree. I would feel good about her getting less than a maximum sentence if she's convicted.
Yeah, but I do think it needs to be something where it's like, hey, you think about how many movies are made. I mean, even like low level, like think about movies like The Matrix. And I mean, there are movies where like there are a lot of guns, and I realize there are probably more armors on that set, but there are movies made all of the time that don't have situations. Maybe have but for this to have happened, that is, I don't know how anybody could say like there wasn't negligence, willful negligence on Hannah's part. I am stunned that people would be like, oh, it's on Dave Hall's. Like at some point, no one else could do their job if they're babysitting Hannah and making sure she's doing her job. Then what is Hannah getting paid for?
Yeah, I
don't know.
I agree. She still has responsibility.
I've taken way too much of your time.
No, it's great. You did a great job as well. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it.
Oh, I wanted to tell you really quick.
Yeah.
So my son, I think I've called one time before, and I told you my son has special needs, and unfortunately, I'll make this really fast. We moved into a new house that has a tankless water heater, and I had no idea that water was coming out of our faucets at like 145 degrees. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's toasty. That's toasty.
And he's 12, but he is nonverbal, and long story short, he turned the nozzle all the way to hot. I was in the other room getting like his pull-ups and his pajamas, and in just that amount of time, he burnt the tops and bottoms of his feet really bad, like second-degree burns. It was awful. We were in the hospital. But the first night that we were in the ER, they were like, they had to like clean them. I cried so much, but they did ketamine and fentanyl, believe it or not, because they had to sedate him and the ketamine, when they pushed it through, I swear he's nonverbal, but his face, his eyes, I don't even know what that child was seeing. I'm sure he was, but like his face, his eyes got big and he just smiled, and I know he was in so much pain. God love him, but I was like, oh, that stuff you see.
He's high. Your kid's high. You're watching him experience his first out of this world experience. I was like, and I could. Yes, it made me think of the Maya child, because I really hadn't my experience with ketamine. I was like, oh, but they gave it to him in the ER for that. So, anyways, okay. Thank you so much,
and I'm sorry for talking so
long.
No,
you're great.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Have a great day.
Appreciate the call. Love you.
Okay.
Bye. Love you. Bye. I love everybody. Sorry. Guys, I'm not professing love to you individually. This is as you as a group, as a body. There is a jury question right now. I'm not sure if we're going to get to hear what it is, but we've heard there is a jury question. Jen, I said love you to my wife. That's what I said, love you too. I love you too. Yep, everyone's jumping on board that. Thank you. It's a habit. I don't know. I just missed that call. Where'd that one go? It disappeared. Okay, we'll have to try again. All right. I love the new clock as well. It's working. It's actually being run from my MacBook Air instead of from the iPad, which is, I think, the solution. All right. Love you. Bye. I cannot tell you the number of times, even as a salesperson selling building materials to people, people I got to know pretty well, because they're buying all their materials from us. I mean, they're spending here. Oh, we are going to see the jury question. We are going to see it. Here we go. That's just wonderful. Okay, hang on.
Call from Becky Bubbles. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hey, Becky, this is RA. We've got a jury question. It looks like people are coming back into the courthouse, but it might just be a minute. What's on your mind?
My question was, if we can de-age Will Smith and Clint Eastwood for movies, why do we need bullets on a set, full stop? Why can we not CGI things in? Why do they need to have bullets at all? This is Hollywood after all.
Do you want the short answer?
Yeah.
Money.
AI
is more expensive. That's it.
Yeah.
We're cutting corners. It's an easy, good quality AI work, good quality special effects. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. So I imagine that as things get better, the process will be easier to do, and the cost will drop, and it probably will reverse. There may be a point when it's cheaper to do AI than to bring the real thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'll let you get going in case there's a question coming through.
Wonderful. Okay, it looks like we've got attorneys there, so thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, no problem. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're waiting for, let's see, let's wait for sound. Let me get this over here. No, there it is.
Ken, I'll read it into the record when Haven's ready. Then you can come up and look at it. Okay, it's Okay, it regards instruction 20, and it has a quote mark to the language in instruction 20, and I think it can be found in the second paragraph. Do you have copies of the instruction?
What is instruction 20?
You can share an extra copy I have if you want.
Yes, Your Honor, we do have it.
Yeah.
You don't have a copy? I have one of the previous.
All right, here.
I don't think that changed.
Are you going to share? Oh, Mr. Bowles has it. Okay, so it says, instruction 20, quote, or constitutes an intervening cause that breaks the foreseeable chain of events, end of quotation marks. Clarification on if, quote, intervening cause, unquote, could mean things that could have been changed to prevent it.
I think the answer is no. But it's risky explaining the jury instructions here. It's risky. So they're asking if the jury instruction number 20 that talks about the intervening cause, and this has to do with the guilt, where partial blame is on there. They're going to fight this one out.
Judge, do you have any thoughts about how to respond?
I'm just going to tell him to.
Just
we can't help him.
Can't help him.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the right answer. The judge is absolutely correct in that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So they're asking if intervening could be what somebody else should have done or could have done. And I believe the answer is no. But now we are not able to help them. They're left on their own to decide what that means. And so they may actually be out there considering that that somebody else was supposed to do something and they didn't. And so that would be an intervening action that, and I think an intervening action has to exist. It can't be a potential intervening action, is what I'm saying. So we may have, I would say this question indicates they might be leaning more towards not guilty.
From Jessica. All right, we're in recess. Thank you.
Hey, Jessica, are you there?
Hey, I'm here, yeah.
Wow.
Happy almost birthday,
Yes,
first of all.
it's coming up in a couple weeks.
I know. My birthday is on the 13th, so you'll be singing me happy birthday then. But
Wonderful.
Anyway, real quick, first thing that sprung to my mind is that I think they're going to look at this as Alec Baldwin should have checked the gun, or Dave Halls, or somebody else. Not that they're going to get her off scot-free. I think that I think they're going to do a lesser included, but I don't think they're going to let her walk. That's just my own gut feeling, you know. And I think that that's the correct call, personally, because I don't think that she should be completely absolved. Anyway, that's all I had.
Jessica, I think you're right. Lesser included is a misdemeanor. It's a petty misdemeanor instead of a fourth-degree felony. Mm-hmm. It's a big difference when it comes to your record, especially if she has any desires to do anything, even personally owning firearms in the future. Felony
sure, and we know she personally carries, because that was a question about whether that restriction would hold when she was out. Because she said that she was getting death threats and things like that. So yeah, that makes a big difference. It doesn't necessarily mean she'll ever work again in the industry, but you know, anyway, that's really important to preserve that thing, I guess.
Interesting, Jessica. You're wow, fun times. Thank you so much.
I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just saying, you know, as long as you're personally responsible, I think that you're the only person that has to keep track of that. So
I agree.
Anyway.
Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate the call. Good talking to you.
Take care. Thanks.
Bye. Okay, so for those that just missed that, we just had a juror question. The question they asked had to do with instruction number 20, and instruction number 20 had to do with intervening causes. If there's an intervening cause, this specifically has to do with the death of Helena. So if I pushed a domino over and they all started falling in one direction, and then a gorilla swung out of the tree and hit one of the dominoes and knocked it, as it was falling, knocked it another direction. So we both contributed. and then that domino landed on somebody and broke their leg. That intervening cause could say, I'm not responsible. Even though I pushed it and it started falling, it was falling away from them until there's an intervening cause. The intervening cause shifts the blame to somewhere else. And so they're asking a question, does intervening cause mean what someone else should have done or could have done? And that just opens up, and the answer is no. The answer is a resounding no, but at the same time, the judge can't tell them. The judge doesn't interpret the law for them. She delivers the law to them and says, here is the law. This is the way it's been written in the state. You have to read the law, come to your conclusion as to what it means, and then judge accordingly. So the jury doesn't get any guidance whatsoever on this answer, and they're left to go back and deliberate, and they could go either way. But so it was on the jury instructions, instruction number 20, which means they're most of the way through the jury instructions, okay, if they went through and are reading everything. So I'd say they probably have, I don't know, maybe 5 more pages of instructions after instruction 20. I think they only got to 22, and then the verdict forms themselves. So if they are all in agreement after they go through and do this reading, which a lot of juries do, they'll read all the instructions one more time on their own so they make sure they understand. We might have a verdict tonight. Might be possible, which would be interesting because we did finish the poll for the verdict. Let me get this caller on the phone and then we'll...
Call from Heather. To accept, press 1.
Hello, is this Heather? I lost it. Sorry about that. We did. I ended the poll. We said 48% of you thought there would be 4 to 8 hours of deliberation. Only 25% thought that it would be less than 4 hours, which basically means this afternoon. 8 to 16 hours, 20%. And happy St. Patty's Day when I spelled Patty wrong. I apologize. 5% thinking this would go well into next week and beyond. So, Heather, give us a call back. I apologize. I might have pushed the wrong button on my end. We'll try to take that one. Definitely no verdict today, says Eddie. I'm not sure if they're a jury instruction number 20. They've only got 2 charges, and it might be something where they can. The reason why I say this, when you have a lesser included, it's a compromise vote, right? If you have all or nothing on negligent manslaughter, there are some people who say, no, I cannot see that she's guilty here. There were so many other people responsible, and other people saying she's absolutely guilty. She was the armorer. Who else would be guilty? She's the one that loaded the bullet. And you've got these 2 extremes, and there's no middle ground. But if you say, look, okay, maybe not all the way guilty with negligent manslaughter, but also not totally innocent and not culpable, well, let's settle on the firearm, improper use of a firearm, or reckless, I forget what the charge is, negligent use of a firearm or something like that. I think this is Heather.
Call
back.
from Heather.
Hey, Heather, welcome back. I missed you on the first call. I hung up on you, and this is my
Hey,
fault.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Oh, no problem. Oh, I actually was hanging up because you were talking and explaining, so I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, I interrupt people all the time. Please don't hang up on account of that.
Oh, no problem. No. I keep thinking you're going to start hanging up on me. No. So anyway, I just wanted to say, the specialist that came on in regard to, I'm trying to always be delicate, but I don't know how I'm supposed to,
Let
know
loose.
what I mean.
We're an hour into it. You can say whatever you need to.
Okay. In regards to the weapons expert that came in, was he the prosecution witness?
We've had a couple. If it just happened the other day,
that would be
on defense.
Okay, the defense witness. So when they said, make sure you check that gun, gun. So, pew pew, I like to say, but whatever, make sure you check that. And then he picked it up and pointed it right at the judge. Now, I know I was scared for the judge. I'm sure the jury was. I'm sure the gallery was. I'm sure the attorneys were. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I had that feeling, I'm thinking, prosecution, I rest my case. You know what I mean? So Hannah, I think, yes.
I can see some of that, but at the same time, I was because I felt the same. I would be like, even in the moment it happened, the prosecutor like turned to look at the jury like, what? I don't even need to say anything. You guys can just watch, right? That was her action. She's like, look, just watch, and that's it.
And right, and he's supposed to be a weapons expert. He should first and foremost know you don't point that gun at anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I believe Hannah, when she handed it to someone who was in the utmost authority, and he took it. Now, when he is handling it, when she's handling it, it's fully and totally her responsibility. And it's her responsibility fully and totally because she is the armorer. That's her job. But when she hands it to the highest authority, he's now responsible for that. When he's putting it in and taking it out and slinging it off, you know what I mean? It's common sense.
Yeah.
It's common sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So I only have one other thing, and it's just a really funny thing.
Okay.
How do you and all our chat friends, I love you all, how do you feel about, because we're moving the verdict counter, how do you all feel about moving it 1 inch up for me? I have knickknacks in front of my TV, and where one of them, it's a little pot, and it's got a lid on it, and it covers the first number of the minutes. It's so inconvenient for me. Can you help me out with that?
How does it look right
Can
now?
you do it, Paul?
How does it look right now? Is that all right?
I can see the top of the one. It's just, it's annoying.
I just moved it. So is it still too far out of the way?
I'm just kidding. I am just kidding.
You're just giving me a hard time.
I wanted to.
You're pulling my leg. I'm like, I would be happy. I would be happy to move it just for you. And I did.
Just for me. Oh,
just for
you're
that.
so
I'm putting it
awesome.
back now. I'm putting it back. There you go.
Okay. I could very easily just slide that knick-knack over like 2 centimeters just to get over the, the part that I don't need to see. I
awesome.
just thought it would be really, really funny to do that to y'all. I love you, chat.
Thank you so
I
much.
love you guys.
Appreciate
your
the call.
RA family.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Yep.
You're welcome.
We'll see you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Man, she got me on that one. She got me. So, that was good. Okay, let's see. We've got... Everyone's texting me, love you. Like the burner phone is just blowing up with love you, bye. It's hilarious. Hope Always says, hi, Ray. Been watching the case with Brandy, but I missed your smiling face. LOL. Just wanted to say hello. Hope Always, thank you so much. And honestly, thank you for watching with Brandy. I really, really appreciate Brandy and what she does. I think she's a phenomenal individual as well as a phenomenal YouTuber and an asset to true crime all in all. So I appreciate that. Robert, this is RA. What's on your mind today?
Hey, buddy. I'm starting to think you had me on a do not call list.
Well, yeah, I turned it off just for today. No, the phone's been busy. It's been really busy this time around.
I just can't get over that gun expert from yesterday that was very clearly not an expert.
It was bad. I was expecting him to tell all about how he's got the world record in like speed draws, and it seemed like his credentials were not so much safety minded as just like I've held more guns than anyone else here. That was what he was going for.
I think within 5 seconds he kind of destroyed whatever he was going to say.
Yeah.
I think the jury probably lost interest.
And he just.
I will say though, the OSHA expert kind of changed my mind.
The first or the second?
I was all the first one.
Okay.
The one that laid out the report details. I was all for conviction until I heard him. And now I think if I was on the jury, it might be an unpopular opinion, I think I'd go for the lesser included charge.
You'd go for lesser included.
Yeah.
What about on the emotional support crystal baggie?
I don't think they had any case to support that.
So I cannot argue.
I mean,
I cannot argue because you've literally stated the two opinions that I have as well on the two charges. So I think you're right. I hope we're right, but I think it's yeah. I think that's what we're going to end up with. I think they're going to compromise. I think the jury will compromise if there are some people on either side with that lesser included, and then the cocaine baggie. I mean, honestly, they're going to be like, what did this have to do with anything? There was no evidence of any drug use on the set. There was no, I mean, she went to the bathroom a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me, with the bag of supposed drugs, they didn't test it. And I know the prosecutor said today in their closing that, they couldn't test it because it didn't exist no more.
So guess what? They don't have
at the same
evidence to convict.
Yeah, they don't have they don't have the evidence to convict because
the officer doesn't have evidence that I was speeding because I outran him and he couldn't get close enough to radar me. There's no evidence. Okay,
yeah.
Unless you can catch me.
I think that was kind of it was a mute point for me. I don't see how they can convict on that charge. And after listening to OSHA before him, I was totally on board with, whatever happens. And I was all for her being found guilty or, I could see it going either way. But after listening to him, I'm not there no more.
Yeah, I have to say that personally for him, he wasn't very convincing. Because of my, and this was my bias showing through. This was me saying my previous work with OSHA and having inspections come through and seeing that they show up and they're like, hey, we're here to, they introduce themselves and it's like, hi, I'm from OSHA and I'm here to fine you. Okay. That's basically how it goes when you show up. It's like, we're just hoping that you hit us with a little fine. It's over like an extension cord that was plugged into another extension cord, or maybe there was a walkway that needs to be a little wider. Maybe we forgot to stamp one of the inspections on our fire extinguishers. Give us something like that.
Your door's not wide. Your door's not wide enough for, we've had some crazy fines at work from OSHA. So I get that point too. And I understand the argument that, they're only there for finding fault within the bigger management system and not the individual themselves. But I don't know. I don't know if I could convict after listening to his testimony. I don't know if I could convict on the main charge. Like I said, I would still, if I was on the jury, convict on the negligent handling of a firearm, which is, I think, the lesser included.
Yep, I agree. A lot of people are mentioning that Lawyer knows has a verdict, and I think he was getting his live stream ready and either actually accidentally published it live or he thought the verdict, the jury question was a verdict. We have the reporters who are on the scene there have not indicated that we have a verdict yet.
Yeah, I'm following. I have the thread up from the one court reporter, and he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, so I think it was an accidental post. I do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I literally build the verdict in. It's all pre-built because it takes so much time to get the live stream set up that you want to be able to go live as soon as it happens. And I think it just accidentally went live or he used the wrong terminology. So I'm excited that he's going to cover this when it goes down. I love his takes on things. Anyway, great.
I'm going to watch you and then watch him.
Thanks. Either way, one of us on replay. It's all right. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate talking to you all the time, bud. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
For everything.
Yep.
Bye.
Call from
Lego My Briefs.
Lego My Briefs. I'm getting word that now the verdict might be in. Like literally.
Stop it.
No, I kid you not. Hold tight.
Okay.
Phaedra just tweeted something about a verdict. Let's see. I just needed to double check. Verdict, stay tuned is what she said 31 seconds ago.
Holy crap.
31 seconds. So hold tight. Phaedra has been in the courtroom throughout this entire trial. She's been following this. So we might get music.
And I triggered it.
You're claiming rights to that. Okay, I'm just dialing up to make sure we've got the music in case we get verdict. We haven't had verdict music in a long time.
Oh yeah, I love to dance. I love that jury music. Okay, so do I have a second while we're waiting for them to come in?
Yes, you do.
And I'm not going to remind you that the seal is crooked. Okay? I'll just leave
Thank
that
you.
where
You already did.
But anyway.
Now it's like right here. Every time I look at it.
It's always crooked for me. Anyway, the last caller was a perfect segue for my thoughts when I was driving home today. Not necessarily in this trial in particular, but in general, I find the closing statements are kind of like a showcase showdown, like an act, a show. And the lawyers stop being lawyers and they start to become, hardcore snake oil salesmen. And that's the kind of groove that they go, and they get away with it because it's like the end of the finale. I fear that all those theatrics and dramatic pauses influence the jury at the end when really, well, for me anyway, by then I should already know where I'm going. And I would hate to think that someone was completely sidetracked by how well the performance was.
By something that's not evidence. Okay, literally, they're told that what you hear now is not evidence. This should not change your opinion, right?
Or if the closing statements are done by a good-looking person versus someone who's incredibly homely.
Yeah, that lawyer smiled at me through the whole thing, so I'm definitely on the side with him, right?
It's like, come one, come all, come see the live lion.
Yes,
strong. It's magic. But anyway. All right. Wow. So did you find out? Do we have a verdict?
We know that Court TV stopped their timer 5 minutes ago. We've got,
oh my God.
I'm just waiting for some confirmations. Phaedra says verdict, stay tuned.
And then we can,
yes. Let's see what, let's see who else was tweeting down there. Let's see, Alex Capriello. He says that there's not a verdict yet. In all honesty,
I thought for sure the verdict would come in tomorrow evening.
I don't know. I think there might be a mix-up here. I'm not sure. I'm always hesitant. I don't want to be the first person to come out with an announcement about a verdict because, I can be wrong. I'd rather be late than wrong.
Yeah, and then you'd be caught with your pants down, and that's not until Friday.
Okay, so. I've got Amber calling right now, and she seems to think there's a verdict. Is it all right if I let you go?
Okay, I'm going to let you go.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, bye.
And play that music loud.
Okay, here we go. Let's see, Amber, call again. It looks like we're getting a tweet confirmation. Breaking after 2.5 hours of deliberation, the jury has reached a verdict in the trial of Rust Armor Hannah Gutierrez. We have a verdict in the Rust murder trial. Whoa, what did that happen there? Let's go here.
Fine, but or here. It can be remarkably tense, so I am assuming that they kind of rotate in.
Sorry, I'm getting all mixed up here. I can't do this. I'm so excited. It's been so long since I've had a verdict. I wasn't first. Peter was. Peter Tragos was right. Everyone else was wrong. Peter let out. And that's awesome. That's good. We are excited in the Hannah Gutierrez trial, the Rust murder trial, the Rust shooting trial, I guess we should say. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Verdict soon. We have news that something's happening, so we're going to keep an eye out right now. Let's see. I need to see what's happening here. No, that's not it. We're just trying to see if anybody has any sort of news on this one. Hang on. Okay. All right. Okay, we have a verdict coming in, we think. We're waiting for final wording on this. I don't have any audio yet. We're going to try to pull a couple different sources just to make sure and solidify this. All right, the music's making me crazy. We're going to turn it down just a little bit. We're clubbing over here. Emily Baker said they had a question. We're hearing verdict all over the place. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Why is it happening like that? Let's do a super source with 2.
I am still on the phone.
Amber, wow, you scared the daylights out of me. When did you call in?
You answered the phone in the middle of verdict music.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Amber. That's why I was a little bit discombobulated.
Yes,
Big word of the day.
We do have a confirmed verdict. I was trying to alert you in the chat, but you weren't seeing it in time. That's why I started calling in.
Chat? I'm supposed to. Of all the other things I do, I'm supposed to read chat as well. Okay, so I'm going to try to stop.
Well, the buffer is supposed to work, Mr. Boss.
I turned the volume down because it kept beeping at me.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help with the buffer. I am seeing the judge on the bench. I'm looking at Reuters. They've got a feed. I don't know if you need a feed or not.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm good.
Okay.
Box source. Let's do 2 is 2. There we go.
Note to self: I do love Scott. I love him a whole bunch. That's why I get to give him a bunch of grief.
And she does. Oh, does she ever?
I do.
All right, we're waiting. I don't have any audio yet. We're looking. Let me see if I can pull up 3 as well.
Yeah, Reuters didn't have.
It's going to be just a bit as people have to file in.
Yeah, Reuters didn't have any audio either. I was unsure if they were actually going to go live with it or not. I was half afraid we were going to have to wait for the court reporters to tweet.
Well, I'm going to, while you stare at my beautiful mug here, I'm going to refresh a couple things, make sure we have great audio and great video for when this goes live. Let's see, we've reached a verdict.
Do you need to grab Mupak? you look a little stressed.
Mupak is gone. I don't know where Mupak went. The kids have taken Mupak somewhere. He's gone.
Mm.
Okay, so let's see on camera 7. Let's get rid of this. Nope.
All right, I'm going to hang up and let you get stuff sorted and figured out.
Okay, we're good. Thank you, Amber. We have a verdict. We're going to be
Not
here
a problem.
just shortly. So, thank you so much.
All
We'll see you.
Thanks for all the love in chat. I appreciate you all.
All
Love
right.
ya.
Bye. Okay, why is my my button pusher not working the way it's supposed to? Let's go switcher. There we go. Super source, box source 2 to 7. Oh, it's because I'm not on Super Chat. Super Source, that's why. There we go. It would help if I'm on the right source. That would be much more helpful. All right, so we do have a court feed. No audio yet. We're going to turn that one off because it's killing me. Audio here is on and good to go. Judge is in position. That's why our cameras are live. Look how I've got a little mini judge down in that corner. That's not supposed to happen. Let's turn box source 1 to... Let's see. MP2. That's not it. Box source 1 to MP2. There we go. Why is it showing up like that? Oh, whatever. Screw it, we'll do it live. Is that what they say? It's been one of those days. Grass Folks says, pin a comment, and we pinned your comment. Maisie, judge and prosecutors enter the courtroom. Yes, they are. We've got, we're waiting for the defendant, who's, it's sort of a requirement. She has to be here for this part. And she had left the courtroom, probably go to lunch. They're probably trying to get her back right now. So I think we're just waiting for her. Is Brandy in chat? Brandy, you are. Hey, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you for being here. Brandy Churchwell, this is the one I was telling you about, guys. If you don't follow Brandy Churchwell, I highly suggest it. She is one of the good ones. I'd say one of the greater ones when it comes to LawTube adjacent true crime channels. She's phenomenal. Her attention to detail, her ability to parse information down to usable tidbits, but not miss any details is off the charts. And speaking of charts, she makes the best ones. Brandy, it's great to have you here. Super excited. Ooh, no hats in court. There we go. All right, the hat was gone. It's a nice looking hat, though. Good looking hat. We believe that might be a family member of Helena or something that way. Did Hannah leave? She did. She left just before lunch, probably about 20 minutes ago, probably to go get some food. We do have a verdict for those that are just coming in. We're waiting, I believe, just for Hannah at this point. And then we'll have a verdict read. Let's see, let me switch this one over to that one. And Gen 2 would be 2. Just trying to get the best picture and sound for you here. Okay, more from the defense team filing into the court. Everybody's coming in, so definitely something big is up. We've got it confirmed that it is a verdict, so. Guys, the technical challenge on this one is immense. One day I'll let you in on what I'm doing on the backside and why it takes so long to get it right. But I'm picky and I want it to be perfect. Oh, we have a verdict. We're waiting for court audio. We're also waiting for the defendant, who this must be super nerve-wracking. This is a very quick verdict, under 3 hours of deliberation, which means only 24% of us got it right on the poll. I didn't take the poll, so I can't even claim the win there. I'm going to have to give that win to Peter Tragos, who called there was a verdict well before anybody else had mentioned it. Who sent me the picture of the cake stand saying, here's your computer, the computer stand you want. It looks very similar. Looks very similar, but it's a cake stand. Jennifer says, I'm on a date night with hubby. Do we have a verdict? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We are waiting just for the defendant, who was let out on her own. She's not in custody. I mean, this is not the sort of case you would keep someone in custody for generally, with a maximum penalty of 18 months in prison and a $5,000 fine. It's probably a release on the own recognizance or a low bail, one of the two. Quick verdict, very quick. This is on par with Darrell Brooks, as far as verdict goes. So I mean, they're unanimous. If we have a verdict this long, you would not have a hung jury. Charlie Adelson was also convicted in under 3 hours. Yes, I saw the. Are you talking about the cake, Lizzie? Are you talking about the cake stand that I just got sent to me? She's out on ROR, return on own recognizance. That means basically you promised to come back. Yes, okay, you can go. That's all it means. Quick verdicts usually aren't good for defendants. It makes me wonder what they thought about that question. Tony Schaefer, welcome to the gallery, the Yellow Courthouse. Thank you for your continued support. Murdaugh was fast too. Can you think of any fast verdicts that were not guilty? I don't remember Dean Cummings. At least I don't remember how long that one was. He was a not guilty, though. Okay. I believe these are just spectators. Is the screen and the text blurry? Not to me. You might want to refresh or check your make sure you got a good internet connection. Rittenhouse was quick. That was not guilty. That was in Judge Schroeder's court. Impossible to read into jury questions. We just can't know. Noni Mac, we have a verdict. We are waiting right now for the defendant to show up. She's gone farag, as they say in Thurston, Washington. She's gone farag. She's missing from the courthouse. I think she just left for lunch. Little M&M reference. Palms are sweaty, knees are weak. Something about a sweater, mom's spaghetti. Yeah. Do we have a verdict poll? We did a verdict poll, and we did a verdict time poll. 25% were right on the time. 24%, under 4 hours. The dementia patient in Thurston, Washington was also a quick one. Yes. Just getting a little look at who all is in court, and there are many people. That individual right there, does he look familiar? I guess he does. I think he took the stands and testified, right? It was Kenny. That's Kenny. Seth Kinney. Kyle Rittenhouse was out for 23 hours. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna add a couple of words to the bands list temporarily. So just 1 second. We're gonna make sure that we can't have accidental spoilers. There's Mr. Camo. Okay, so let me just tell you what a spoiler is. So we would like to join and hear this happen together. So we'd ask that if you're watching this, if you happen to have a feed that might be a second or two ahead of ours or more, it doesn't matter, or you see a tweet that comes in from your favorite reporter who has a hot tip. There's Hannah right now, looking nervous. Don't tell us in chat. Let us hear it ourselves. Please don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it. We have put some banned words in chat that will make it a little harder for you to spoil it if you are intent on doing that. But, okay, let's get some audio here. Turn on the audio, Judge. Okay, everyone's coming in. I don't think the jury's here yet. I think we're waiting for the jury. Chatty Camo guy is doing the bobblehead thing still. Polly Claire, welcome to the gallery. Thank you so much. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm taking shallow breaths. Okay, jury's coming in now. we have audio? Natalie, oh, thank you so much.
All right, you may be seated. All right. Just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, through the foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
All right, let me see the verdict form.
Confident sounding juror foreman. Please, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. If you're worried about a spoiler, don't look at chat, okay? Do not look at chat. Judge is making sure everything is done properly. The whole entire form has to be completed properly.
All right, so let me repeat. I said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, through the foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
All right, and do you wish to read the verdicts?
Sure.
Okay. I would start with count one.
Count one.
Okay. You have both of them. Will the defendant please stand?
We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, guilty of involuntary manslaughter as charged in count one. We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, not guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in count two.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. Let me get those forms, retrieve those forms from you. I'm going to do what's called polling the jury. What I need to put on the record is that this is your individual verdict. Okay? So I'm going to start with the gentleman in the back. Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes, Your
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict? Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict? Okay, thank you. All right, so you've completed your service. Thank you so much for being here. It was a long trial. People may want to talk to you. You know, this has been pretty much a lot of publicity, and you don't have to. Okay, so you can just simply say, I do not wish to talk, and move on. And if anybody bothers you, we've really tried to protect your privacy. If anybody bothers you, simply call my division.
Call George.
And we'll
Call George.
figure out what to do. But you also may talk. Okay, so it's entirely up to you. Okay. All right. So you can escort them out.
Yes, sure.
All right. Thank you.
Still,
All rise.
no emotion, virtually no reaction from Hannah. Almost like she's just a spectator. So for those that are just coming in and want the verdict once again, found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. That was the higher of the two charges. Found not guilty of tampering with evidence. I'm not saying she needs to cry. I'm surprised
All right, you may be
that
seated.
there was no surprise or anything on her face.
All right, is there anything that the state's requesting based upon the verdict?
We would request that Ms. Gutierrez be taken into custody.
Mr. Bowles?
Your Honor, we would request under, pull up the rule, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Rule 5402, release pending sentencing. In this court's discretion, under the same conditions or other conditions as this court would deem necessary. Ms. Gutierrez has been on conditions. She has not violated those conditions. She has voluntarily appeared at all court proceedings. Your Honor, I would request this court to continue conditions or whatever conditions this court would have on release.
All right, thank you. I'm going to remand you, and the reason why I'm going to remand you is you are now convicted. And so, and this is a death. It's a criminal negligence, but it's still a death. And so, deputies, you're going to take her into custody, and we will set a sentencing date. What is the best, what do you want to look like on that? And we need an order of remand, do we? Ayden? Okay. Counsel?
Shocked.
In
Deputies.
terms of the sentencing date?
Yes.
At the court's convenience will be available. There are 2 weeks in May that I'm unavailable. Those are the last 2 weeks of May.
All right. Mr. Bowles?
Your Honor, as soon as this court has time, it will be available.
All right, so do you have any conflict like that? She said May. Do you have any conflict?
I don't know for sure, Your Honor, that I could. I do have other trials, but I think mid-May.
Well, I can do it sooner.
Okay.
I just wondered if you had any conflicts along the way.
Doesn't look like mid-May, Your Honor. I do. I don't think I have any conflicts.
I'm sorry, not understanding. Do you have, okay, we're in March. Do you have time before May?
We have time in April.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, okay. All right, anything else before the court?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We're in recess.
And Miss Hannah came in through the doors, and she will be leaving through the side door. She's going to go straight into custody. Her lawyers are talking, say we're going to be talking to you. She's a couple of words to her family. She's not handcuffed. And the deputy's card is not working. Trying to get her into custody, and there she's let out of the courtroom. That was a surprise to her family for sure. That she got convicted on that one. That is. It's interesting, just jumping around the different feeds as people leave court, having words with each other, if I think was what was happening right there. And the bailiff went out as well. Oh, man, that is... All right, I have not looked at chat for all this while. Let me catch up and see what I missed on chat. I was glued to the screen, and I apologize. All right, let's see. Elf said, thank you for your marathon coverage. Been listening on Route 66, Route 66 Casino. Priscilla Stevenson, thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. The Chugi Show Live said they will feel sorry for her. Hi, RA. I've been watching this case with Brandy, but I miss your smiling face. Thank you very much for that one. Susie says, welcome to the gallery. I'll say that. Welcome to the gallery, Susie. Beckfist, welcome to the gallery as well. Brand new member. Make sure you take a seat and help yourself to the emojis. Maisie says, judge and prosecutors enter the courtroom. I was a little bit behind on these. I'm trying to read these. So obviously these came in a timely manner, and I'm just catching up to them now. Following this, John says, I hope Hannah is not powdering her nose. No, I don't think she was. I'm on a date night with hubby. Do we have a verdict? Yes, we did. Tony Schaefer, welcome to the gallery. Breezy says, RA, 3,000 people watching. Congrats, good sir. Thank you, Breezy, and I appreciate your help with this case, particularly as a courtroom. Well, that I don't think that was that the right Breezy? No, that's the wrong Breezy. Sorry, I was looking at Brienne. I was thinking Brienne, but Breezy, thank you for your comments and appreciate the super chat. I'll say that. M-Ski says the last... Are you guys seeing these on screen? No? Was I showing them on screen all this time? I'm sorry. She doesn't know. I'm sorry if I've missed these. The last sonocopter, hence she is late. Polly Claire, welcome to the gallery. Natalie O, gifted a membership. Thank you, Natalie. Gigi A, or Gigi, no, sorry, that's the Gigi Skull and Crossbones. Welcome to the gallery. Southern Mom is here as well. Thanks for such great coverage. You and chat are awesome. And Kathy Kathy from Gossip Rumor and Innuendo. Where if you haven't started your day with Kathy's little short little video, have you ever really started your day? There are lots of ways to start your day, but you will always remember if you start with Kathy's little video in the morning. Very, very interesting, very entertaining, very fun. What? What is the sentence? The sentence. Okay, that's the important part. They set a date for in April, and you say, why hold her in jail till April before you determine what her sentence is? Any time she serves between now and then will be reduced from her sentence. So she will get credit for time served, and she's not going to stay any longer or get out any earlier for serving time. But with her serving until April, that means at the minimum she will serve that time. Whereas if they sentenced her immediately and she got all probation, there could possibly be no time in jail. So there is going to be at least until April, about a month and a half or so of incarceration time. Let's see, we've got a call coming in. Hang on.
Call from
your mama.
Mom. Or your mama. Sorry.
Hi.
Hey, Mom. How
Yeah,
are you
your
doing?
mama.
Your mama. What's up?
I'm fabulous. So I've been trying to actually put it in chat, but so the lady that's been sitting there with the yellow glasses.
Yes.
The one that come in with the pretty hat.
Yes.
Yes. So I saw her in an interview yesterday, and she's actually Helena's friend.
Okay.
So
Definitely.
that hat actually is Helena's hat.
Oh, a little poetic justice being worn out of the courtroom, into and out of the courtroom there. Possibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some meaning.
Yeah. And she had also said in the interview that there wasn't very many of Helena's family or friends that were in the courtroom. So I'm not 100% sure
I'll
about
say
that. So
that
I know
Camo
that she
guy-
wanted to be there.
Camo
Yeah.
guy, I think, was boyfriend or brother. I don't know if there was a brother, but I'd put it in one of those two categories, and possibly a mom, because mom was quite distraught.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she sure was. So I'm not sure what words were said as they were leaving, but
It looked like
one of the
Helena's friends and Hannah's mom were having words, and the bailiff sort of
Mhm.
went out with them, probably to keep the peace.
Oh, yeah, sure did. He went out pretty swiftly, too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was trying to chat it in there. I did it a couple times, but I don't think it was going too fast.
Yeah, and I had blocked some of the words as well because we have spoilers. So when there's a verdict coming
Oh,
up,
yeah, no, it was showing up.
okay, it just goes.
My words were showing up, but I mean, there's just too many people. There's too much excitement. Way too much excitement.
Her mom yelled something when she walked out. I watched it happen. I didn't hear the audio on it.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
we might
Holy-
actually get the report of what was said through Twitter, through some of the people in court. Let's see if Alex has
Yeah,
anything.
no, absolutely. So do you think now that with her being convicted that he's going to get convicted now?
I think he's got to be nervous, right?
I know I would be.
Because this, I mean, the quickness with which they came down was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
How much time should you get, Marisa? Because she was only found guilty of one charge, and it was the 4th-degree felony. That is a maximum sentence of 18 months in prison, so a year and a half plus a $5,000 fine. That's the absolute worst that she can get, because the other charge was dropped. And the other charge, honestly, was the same category. The tampering with evidence is the same category as the negligent manslaughter, so it would have been maximum if they were served one after the other or concurrently. It would have been 3 years.
Mm. And that's crazy. So my like username on YouTube and almost everything is Yo Mama.
Mm-hmm.
But my real name is Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay.
Weird. Yeah.
You didn't sound like my mom at all. So that was...
No. I'm no. I got enough kids, but so our gun laws are different in Canada.
Yes, they
and
are
even our manslaughter law, or even manslaughter is way different up here too. Like you could get 10 to 15 years for a manslaughter charge up here.
Yeah, Ian was talking a little bit about that a couple days ago. So Great stuff. Yo mama, just yo or your?
Like yo, yo.
Okay. I'm just not sure if you mean yo like your or yo like yo, like that.
Yeah, like yo, I'm yo mama.
Okay, so like your. That's what I mean.
Yeah, like yo mama. Yeah, so it would be like your.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome. I appreciate the insight and the comments today. Thank you so much for the call. Good talking to you.
No problem. Thank you.
Right.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. I almost called it. I thought they were going to go with the lesser included and then split the decision with the guilty, not guilty. Instead, they went with the as charged on the negligent manslaughter and then split the decision with the not guilty on the evidence tampering, which I think was the right call for sure on that one. And I've said since the beginning, I have a hard time getting away from Hannah's
Call
duty
Angela.
in her job. Angela.
To accept.
Angela, how are you doing?
I am doing good, actually. What a verdict and how quick.
It was
that
so
was
fast.
Wow.
Right on the tails of that question, too.
Yeah, I was like, I did not expect a verdict that fast. I was falling behind. I was actually catching up and was like almost at the end of the defense case. I did watch the closing earlier. And wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked if there was a quicker verdict, and I asked, like, does TV shows count? Because I do watch a lot of crime shows. That was also one of the reasons why I'm calling you tonight. And that is actually, it's after midnight here, just so you know. And I watched a lot of crime shows with a lot of guns. And something that was brought up in the court and in the chat by a lot of people, I can try naming a few, but I don't want to mix them up. So, but will this change? And how? Well, I follow a lot of people that on Instagram and other social media that are also producers and are directing the shows, those same shows, and we're talking $1 billion budget shows.
Lots of money.
Not
lots of money.
Small. Yeah, lots of money. And they have a lot of armorers, but they use a lot. They said that they do not use live guns at all. Even there are shows that like go to a gun range or something like. They do not use that. They even said they have like a choreographer that to minimize the damage to each actor, even the people who stand in or like are stuntmen was the word I was looking for. And I mean, this is it's crazy. And I watched Alec Baldwin, and he is in a lot of crime shows as well. Hawaii Five-0, some might know. I mean, even there, he was a really bad guy, and he has a bad reputation, by the way. I don't know if people know that.
Well, that might come out in his trial. We didn't. We got little bits of him being a little demanding on the set, so we'll leave it at that for this case because we didn't have any evidence brought in there, and I don't know him personally. Quite honestly, I don't really watch. I don't follow his films. He's not like the next James Bond or something. But.
I don't know him personally, but I do have family that is in the movie industry, and I actually had a talk with one of them during the weekend. This trial prompted me, and he did not work with Alec, but he was in the vicinity. They were on the same project or something like that. And he is like very demanding. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And I showed him some of. I was like, "Oh, can you?" I sent him some of your videos actually to look up. And he the other day, I don't know when exactly. And he was like, "Yeah, that exactly is like how I saw him live, like." So it's not surprising that
I think his personality will be the worst for him. Be the worst for him.
Do you think he'd take the stand?
I don't think he's that bold, but I don't know, maybe.
I think he's got the money to buy the best attorney he can possibly get. And I think that attorney is going to give him the best advice they can possibly come up with. And I think that advice would be don't take the stand. But we'll see when that trial comes, because he's going to be on trial in that courtroom early July, like the first week of July.
Oh, I am on vacation there. Well, I will follow it hopefully from vacation. I don't know.
Wonderful.
We'll see. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. And that was everything, actually. But I don't know. I feel sorry for Hannah, and I think that, I don't know, that I hope that she does not go to jail, because it is her first offense. So I hope she gets some leniency.
She's going to do at least a month and a half, because that's when sentencing comes up, and she's currently
well,
being
except
processed.
For that.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to see if
After
we get...
that, I hope...
Let me do some checks. I think we've got some people saying they might have a lead on what she yelled. Bree is trying to call as well. She might know what was yelled as people, or what was said.
Yeah, I will...
As they left court.
Yes. No, I will just thank you so much for the coverage, and I have one question just for you. Are you going to follow the next the other part of the Crumbly trial?
We're not going to do James Crumbly. I think we're going to pick up a case out of Judge Wolf next. He's got a trial that started yesterday, and if we can get all the video lined up, we might follow that. We're a day behind, but we might pick that up. And we might have to take a break Friday, because I've got to prep for this gig I've got Saturday and Sunday. So,
well, even if you do live, I will be on the rewatch crew. I have some other plans for Friday.
You.
But thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And I just want to thank you so much. And I really hope that you do fix something for the international calls. And do you have something? Because what?
I've got to figure out something.
Do you have someone on the line?
There are people calling right now.
Because I have actually one fun part to say really quickly about the sugar and the white package. If I was on the stand, I would say yes, I did saw the sugar in packages like that, because I love to do experiments, and sometimes I have to package sugar, among other things, in the small packages. And it might look like drugs, but actually it's not drugs, it's just sugar.
You better stop talking, because I don't think the statute of limitations has run out. So be careful. Thank you.
Well, I have lots of dead marshmallows to prove that I love the experiment.
Yes. Okay. We'll go with that story. Thank you so much for the call. Great talking to you. We'll see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Amber, sorry, it took a second to get to you. Amber, what's on your mind?
It's okay. If you try to scroll back, I posted what was said in court, and it's censored just for you.
Amber says, after the family member screams out loud as she walks out of the courtroom, quote, stacked from the very get-go, it's a bunch of... it's a little blurry on the end. Yeah. I think it was flippin' cow manure. Is that what you're trying to say? Flippin' cow manure. Okay.
And that's courtesy of Alex Capriello.
Okay, one of the great...
that's per his tweet.
One of the fastest tweeters out of that court. He was generating tweets well ahead of everybody else. Very quick. Probably right. On a BlackBerry. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. Now we know what was yelled.
Not a problem.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you. All right. Some people saying agree with Mom. Some people saying agree with the verdict. How do you pronounce? Yeah, about that, Adam. I think we'll have to wait for the podcast to talk about that. One of the late night shows. Speaking of podcasts, tomorrow at 8:00 on this channel, we have a podcast. Thomas and I will have a great guest who is a principal who has a bunch of stories to tell that are hilarious. They'll make you laugh. I'm looking forward to this so much. So please subscribe, ring the bell, and make yourself available about 8 p.m. tomorrow for that.
Call from
Bree,
has everything died down outside the courtroom?
No, not really. You saw that courtroom. I couldn't get down there. Like I'm outside on the walking again.
Yeah.
But it's loud out here. But traffic was insane. Trying to get down there. Hard trial. Hard. It was taking.
Hang on, Bree.
These speakers.
What's the music?
Speakers.
What's the music?
I don't know. That's why I'm walking away from the speakers. Okay. That's why I'm walking away from all of them. I'm trying to walk away from all of them. I know you'll get in trouble. So I'm saying that's why I'm walking away from all of them. Okay. So I drove Park Roads, started walking down there. Traffic was just insane to begin with. And then I got down there and I was like, there's no way I'm getting in here in time. So I kind of hung out outside. We're listening to you live. Heard what happened. So I missed the whole thing in the courtroom. But yeah, holy.
I know.
And so Alex doesn't have a BlackBerry. He uses his laptop. I can tell you that.
Okay, so he's typing. He's got both hands typing.
He does.
He was tweeting saying that as mom was leaving, she sort of either said or yelled to possibly at the court, possibly in general, possibly to Helena's friend who was walking out sort of ahead of her.
That was the lady. Do you remember when I told you that? Hold on. Did I hang up? No. Okay,
no,
hold on.
You're still there.
Do you remember when I told you that there was ladies that I didn't know they came from there talking to prosecution?
Yeah.
That was them.
Okay. The music's gonna kill me, Brie. I
know. I'm sorry. I'm going back in. Sorry. I'm walking outside. I'm trying to stay outside. I'm trying to stay inside where it's loud. Maybe it's back there. If you hold on, let me go to another area. I might have to call later. But anyway, but that was the lady that when I told you that, there you go. When that was the lady that I told you that I saw walking with the prosecution, I didn't know if they were friends of hers or not. That was who that was.
Okay. So that was Helena's friend. The hat she was wearing belonged to Helena. So she was, yeah. So
now my heart's broken.
So there's are you calling from the bathroom? And is Hannah there?
No,
I'm just kidding.
It moved to my AirPods because they were in my ear. Sorry.
All right. Wonderful. Great information. This wraps up this case for us. Obviously, the actual sentencing is going to happen in a month and a half or so. It might be probation with this judge. The judge makes the call. She says, "I'm taking you into custody because there's a death." I think there's probably going to be jail time. That's I just reading the tea leaves. I think we just got flushed.
I think she would let her go home.
Oh wait.
No, I think she would have let her go home, but she didn't. So I think she's going to give her jail time.
Yeah, I agree. Bree, thank you so much.
I think they want to make a statement of this because there's so much filming out here that they don't let this happen again. I think they want to make a statement of it.
Yeah. And so that'll be interesting if they still want to make a statement of it when Alec Baldwin's trial rolls around in July, or if maybe sentiment has changed. We'll see what happens with that. So the court.
Sorry for the music and sorry it was loud. I just couldn't get over to the courthouse, and I was trying to get back in to duck somewhere to give you a call. So
excellent, Bree. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your help on this one. It's been fabulous. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll talk maybe about Alec. We'll talk later.
All right, sounds great. We'll see you.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. That said, it is 6:30 East Coast time, so we've got to wrap things up as well. We're done for the day here, which is great. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to try to cover pick up a. Let's see. Are we going to cover Treehouse Trial, or did you get my message after? And did you get my message? I still haven't listened to it. I'm so bad at listening to voice messages. Welsh Lady, I'll try to do that once this show is over here. Let's see. Anything else? Lawyer You Know is live. I think we can do that. I think we've got a couple people. Let's see who all is live. Just one second. For a redirect. Just want to see when Ian goes live as well. Lawyer You Know is live right now. MLS Making Law Simple, doing James Crumbly. Danny on Direct is live. DUI guy is live doing the Hales stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Let's try Danny again. That was fun last time. We're gonna pop over there. We'll save that for you guys. All right, that's it. We're gonna wrap up for today. Thank you so much. We finished another case. We finished it midweek. I'm not sure what it is about Wednesdays. If you go back and look at all the videos we watched, all the trials we watched together, the greatest number of them I think have a verdict that drops on a Wednesday, which is great. It's hump day. We're halfway through the week. Thank you all for being here. I thank you for those new people who found us. Thank you. Welcome. Please come back again. We like to continue watching trials with you. We watch a lot of different trials, a lot of different types. I think you'll find the community here is wonderful and very welcoming. To everyone else, our amazing, incredible mods. Thank you. I could not do this without you. You guys are incredible, guys and gals. With the exception of Weather Watch. Just kidding. Weather Watch is my great friend. Podcast tomorrow night, 8 o'clock here with Thomas, known as Weather Watch here on the channel. I'm wearing your shirt. You see that? Look. I'm repping the shirt that says Weather Watch. It's actually green right here. It's green, but it is keyed out. So, anyway, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning. I think we're going to do about at 8:45. We got to sort of ease back to the early morning hours again. So we're going to ease back into it, and then we're going to be good to go. So tomorrow morning we'll see you guys. Be good to each other. Have a good night. See you. Bye. Well, Slade, I'll listen to it right now. I promise.